impressions on the market today?
Thank you very much for having me. As you rightly said, the market opened the quarter and the month on a negative note. We recorded the index dropping by almost 1%. Equally, we saw liquidity equally dropping by almost 22% today. As I've said, it's the beginning of the month and the beginning of a new quarter, which is, I would say the performance is actually expected because looking at the players in the market, there is really nothing that would stimulate any purchase or any major activity as we speak. But I want to believe as the month progresses, we're going to see improvement.
All right, obviously we're in the start of another quarter, as you mentioned. The expectations that this quarter will offer companies listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange and the factors that will influence the performance of the market.
Looking at the quarter, there are a couple of things that will likely affect the market. Chief among them is the much talked about asset management company. The bill has been signed. We expect that the CBN to come out with the guidelines on how the asset management company will operate. And I want to believe it's actually the guidelines that will determine whether the coming of the company on board will have a positive impact on the market or not. That's number one. Number two, knowing fully well that we're going to have most companies listed on the exchange, most especially the banks, releasing their half-year result. And if we tracing back the Q1 results that most of them published, at least we recorded a slight improvement compared to the full year 2009 result. So looking at the expectation of the market is that the Q2 and the half-year result will actually show some positive improvement, and I want to believe this will equally contribute positively to the market. Yeah.
All right, now Oladele, talking about the asset management company that's designed to buy up the toxic debts of the banks rescued out in a very controversial bailout in the last year in exchange for government bonds. We're also seeing the CBN today opening up the bids for these banks to foreign players, to local entities, and also to private equity players coming into the space. Obviously, they want to check out the creditworthiness of these banks. They want to ensure that there's sufficient liquidity in the market as they move into a very lucrative banking sector, which makes up a significant component of the capitalization of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. What needs to be done to assuage the concerns of investors coming into the sector in the few months?
As you've rightly said, there's a great expectation there. I want to believe CBN is actually doing everything in the right direction, looking at the corporate governance that is being established in most of these banks. And again, with the AMC coming on board, taking over the toxic asset of most of these banks, and the recovery activities that most of them has actually, they've been backed on right now, all these things put together, and even going by the fact that I think a good lesson has been learned by all players in this market right now. All things put together, I want to believe, yes, whoever is coming on board, these banks will actually have a good asset which they will be buying into.